Instagram. Tweet at us on Twitter. Let's see your dance on TikTok. Tag us at High Impact 1021 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
So I have chess game with my friend later on today. When is the best time to play chess game?
I guess you're bored. Usually in the evening, but definitely before you are too tired. My very best chess, of course, is generally played at the times when I'm winning, unless my opponent decides to take a bow.
I'm definitely not taking a bow. Thank you.
I hope you win.
Hey, Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I've been curious. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alzin Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the fastest man in the world?
That's very simple. It's Usain Bolt. He is the fastest runner on the planet, setting the world record for the shortest 100 meters sprint time of 9.58 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Sports in a Jiffy is live on your radio, the final installment of the show for this working week, Friday, today, 17th day in the month of October, year 2025, and I'm here to preach the gospel sport to you for the next 15 minutes, telling you about all of the in-swingers, the lancer passes, the slams, and the dunks as well. Whether you're a sports person, you're just someone who loves to tell of the game, or maybe an athlete yourself, this is the right place for you to be, because the early bird has gone around the world to catch the scores, and I am more than willing to serve them to you 72 fast, with all the facts, and I'll be making it compact to your listening pleasure, tiptoeing through the major stories this morning, right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, the station that promises and always delivers. In case you're joining us for the very first time, I serve this package Mondays to Fridays from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. I'll be back here later this evening on the Sports Hub show between 5 to 6 p.m. for 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the major interviews, taking you through the very best of stories in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sports. This is tell you that we're streaming live on our YouTube channel at impact 102.1 FM, as well as our Facebook fan page at impact radio 102.1 FM. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name. Absolute honor to be your host on the show, and to the switch of the back of the net right about now, we'll be getting the show on the road. Of course, football in action is going to be back on the European scene from this weekend. The top 5 European leagues are definitely matches we kick-starting from later this evening. And of course, an amazing week we'll be having on our end in the English Premier League, because it's going to be Liverpool at the Anfield, where they'll be hosting Manchester United. And don't forget that Manchester United have not won at Anfield in the last 5 years. I mean, they've had to resign Paul Pogba, sold Paul Pogba, and also Paul Pogba has now signed for Monaco since the last time Manchester United won at Anfield. A couple of bad records that United have had to set for themselves on that trip to Anfield. Maybe or maybe not, this is going to be the weekend they'll be putting an end to that. Also talk about football on the home front, the MPFL Match Day 9 encounters, a couple of derbies to look forward to, especially the Northern Derby right there, where it's going to be Barawa FC up against Kano Pillars. And yes, the game is going to be played behind closed doors due to the punishment being meted out on Kano Pillars and also the Sonny Abacha Stadium, using theirs to build at the disadvantage of the new boys Barau FC. Also be talking about Nigerians representatives on the continent. Of course, yes, the CAF Champions League is going to be back this weekend. The preliminary round, round 2, where we'll be seeing Rivers United and also Remo Stars in action. Rivers United will travel to play against Black Bulls, while Mamelodi Sundowns will be here in Nigeria. Hopefully, they will also be breaking a jinx of not winning in Nigeria in all of the matches that they've been playing right here. The South African team definitely will be looking to get one over Remo Stars in that particular encounter. I'll be serving you stories coming through from the world of tennis as well. The 6 King Slams are currently underway in Saudi Arabia. Carlos Alcaraz has also gotten the better of Taylor Fritz. I'll tell you more about it and what it looks like for the final of that particular one. Right in the world of Formula 1, we'll be seeing the Grand Prix right there at the United States of America, and definitely one to serve between the top 3 guys on the teams and also the drivers ranking for this week. This and many more I'll be serving to you on the breakfast menu this morning on Sports in a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. And of course, the start with us coming through from the home front on the show today. Don't forget, this is 17 bits and in pieces, just to keep you abreast with all of the happenings in the world of sport. In athletics this morning, Nigerian powerlifter Folashade Oluwafunmiayo broke her own world record to win gold at the World Powerlifting Championship in Cairo yesterday. The 40-year-old lifted 168 kg in the women's over 86 kg category to surpass her previous mark of 167 kg, which she set at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. The lift earned Oluwafunmiayo her fourth world title and extended a remarkable dominance in powerlifting on the global stage. China's Chu Zhe finished second to claim silver, while Iran's Neko Ruzbani took bronze in the competition. Oluwafunmiayo, who is also a 2-time Paralympic champion, had her latest Paralympic gold come in Paris 2024, where she first set the 167 kg world record that she now has bettered at the championship. The Nigerian powerlifting great was competing her 5th world championship appearance, having previously won at the Mexico City in 2017, and Nono Sultan in 2019, at Tbilisi in 2021, and now Cairo 225. Amazing one right there. The 11th edition of the championship, which is going to be running from October 9 to 18, featured both the rookie and the next generation event and the elite world championship. Away from that story right now, still taking more thoughts coming through from other sports on the home front on the show this morning. Still Sports in a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Taking you through some of the stories that will be of interest to you. In the world of boxing, Tyson Fury has set his sight on a trilogy bout with Alexander Usyk rather than a long-awaited all-British showdown with Anthony Joshua. That's according to his promoter. Frank Warren said a former WBC heavyweight title holder is eyeing a return to the ring next year and remains focused on avenging his 2 defeats to the undisputed heavyweight champion. Fury will announce his 5th retirement in January, suffered the only 2 defeats of his professional career to Usyk in 2024. Losing both bouts on point. The Mokambe star came close to being stopped in the first encounter before losing a second close decision in the rematch. Warren dismissed suggestions that Fury is past his prime, insisting that the 36-year-old knows what he has left in the tank. Hopefully, we'll be seeing something happen in the coming days. But then fans are clamoring for appearing with Anthony Joshua, while Fury appears non-committal to the fight that has eluded the British boxing for years. An all-British fight is what a lot of boxing fans want to happen. Still in the world of boxing on the show this morning, Italian heavyweight Guido Vianello has called out Anthony Joshua for a historic fight at the Roman Colosseum, declaring it would change the world. The 6 feet 6 inches 31-year-old from Rome wants to face the former 2-time world champion in his homeland's most historical landmark, proposing that would be an unprecedented sporting event at the ancient amphitheater. He said that we need a big star here in Italy to do this, and it is my dream. He wants to fight with him right there in the Colosseum, but anywhere he wants to fight Anthony Joshua. It's been said that the ancient amphitheater was constructed nearly 2,000 years ago. That's about AD 70 to 80, and has hosted several Roman sport events, including the gladiator games, wild animal hunts, but has since turned into a tourist attraction. In the year 2023, UFC boss Dana White tried to stage a sensational MMA fight between tech moguls Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk at the Colosseum, but the celebrity mega match collapsed. As Saudi Arabia's boxing chief has also revealed plans to host an event at the Colosseum, along with the Eiffel Tower and also the Alcatraz prison right there. And away from that story right now, quickly taking it Okay, one more before I go away from the bow of boxing this morning. British Nigerian heavyweight Moses Ituma has been told he must wait his turn after Kubrat Pulev agreed to defend his WBA regular title against Murad Gisiev in Dubai on December 12. Pulev, who's 44, was ordered to defend his secondary WBA belt against 20-year-old Ituma, but has agreed to face former cruiserweight world champion Gisiev instead. Queensbury Frank Warren, who promotes Ituma, said earlier this week that his team were pursuing a fight with the Bulgarian. However, Pulev's promoter Ivalo Gotsev, who is the CEO of the Sport and Entertainment, said the WBA has agreed to let the veteran make a voluntary defense. And right about now, Ituma extended his undefeated record to 13 wins with 11 knockouts by stopping former world title challenger Dillian White inside 2 minutes last August. So definitely is one of the most sought after boxers in the world right now, and hopefully we'll be seeing him in the ring before the end of the year. Away from the home front right now, we quickly take it into other sports on the global scene. Right now, we'll be stopping in the Saudi Arabia, where the Six Kings Slam is currently on the way. Yannick Sinner looks sharp, fearless, and completely in control after he was able to get the better of Novak Djokovic 6-4, 6-2 to reach the Six Kings Slams final. From the first rally, he was stepping inside the court, taking the ball early and refusing to give Djokovic time to settle, and the Italian broke late in the first set, sealing it 6-4 with a confident service hold, and from there, he never let up in the game. Djokovic, meanwhile, couldn't find the spark he's known for. His timing was set to be off last night, and Sinner never gave him the rhythm he thrives on. At the age of 24, the 24th-time Grand Slam champion took it all in stride and even had the crowd laughing after the match. He was hosted on the popular podcast last night. I watched that, and he said it is not yet time for him to retire. Says he has a bit of people who are motivating him. Talk about the likes of LeBron James, who is currently playing at the age of 40. Says the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo are still playing close to 40, and also Tom Brady played till 40 before he retired from the game. So most definitely is also not thinking about retirement anytime soon. Yannick Sinner, meanwhile, is now going to be facing Carlos Alcaraz in the final, because the two guys will be the ones to play in the final. So young stars are both very much fearless right about now, form and ready to fight for the Six Kings Slam crown in the world of tennis. And don't forget that the prize money for the champion of this tournament is going to be $6 million. Bogus amount of money right there for playing in the Six Kings Slam. For Alcaraz to make it to the final, he also had to get the better of Taylor Fritz yesterday night, finishing 6-4, 6-2 in a match that was said to have been showcasing his trademark power and also his creativity. Still taking more news coming through from the world of tennis on the show this morning, but right about now we'll move to the WTA, because I always tell you that whatever your agenda is, I've got you on my agenda. Naomi Osaka has pulled out of the Japan Open before today's quarterfinal because of a leg injury that she sustained in the second round. The former world number one held back tears and needed painkillers to come through the 3-set last 16 win over defending champion Suzanne Lamens on Wednesday. At top seed, Osaka, who completed the match with strapping on her left side, was due to face Jacqueline Christian in the last 8, but the Romanian would instead progress to the semi-finals. But it is not yet known whether Osaka will play in the Pan Pacific Open in Tokyo later this month, with the 4th-time Grand Slam champion, the latest high-profile player to suffer late-season injury issues. Don't forget that in September, Iga Swiatek also complained the season is too long and too intense, following a string of injuries among players at the China Open. British number one Emma Raducanu called time on her season on Thursday after retiring from her 2 previous matches with illness. Australia's Daria Kazakhstina, Ukraine's Elena Svitolina, and Spain's Paulo Badosa also ended their season early in recent weeks. Across 2 tournaments in China last week, 5 players retired due to injury. It's been said that the weather in China at this time of the year is said to be very harsh, and players are only looking just to play for their points and also for their pride right there. And away from tennis talks on the show this morning, quickly we'll move into the world of Formula One, where we'll be preparing for the US Grand Prix. An amazing one to look forward to. It's been said that US Grand Prix is the second Formula One race in a row to be the Heat Izzard. Yes, definitely another one to look forward to. But before that one, let's talk about Lando Norris, who says he will face consequences for his 4-lap collision with McLaren's teammate Oscar Piastri at the Singapore Grand Prix. The Briton collided with Piastri at the turn 3 in Marina Bay after running into the back of the Red Bull's Max Verstappen and damaging his front wing. Norris went on to win third. To finish third, with Piastri fourth in the race, that was earlier this month. That should be on 5th of October, if I'm not mistaken. 17. And Norris will now chase Piastri by 22 points with 6 races to go. Starting at this weekend's US Grand Prix said the team held me accountable for what happened, which I think is fair. The 25-year-old also mentioned that they made progress from there on, understanding what the repercussions were for himself to avoid anything happening worse than what has happened. Neither Norris or McLaren were willing to say what consequences for this offense was against him. Don't forget, after the collision, Piastri asked on the radio whether the team were cool with Lando barging me out of the way, but McLaren took no action during the race. They had to wait till the race was over before anything was done. And away from that story, still in the world of Formula 1, the United States Grand Prix is the second race in the succession to declare the heat hazard under Formula 1 rules. Temperature at the circuit of the Americans in Austin, Texas are forecast to be more than 31 degrees Celsius during both the sprint race tomorrow Saturday and the Grand Prix on Sunday. This is triggering a heat index which governing body the FIA uses to define potentially dangerous conditions for drivers. The temperatures are out of the ordinary for the US Grand Prix. Texas is going through a mid-October heat wave that is making conditions more akin to summer than autumn. The heat hazard designation, which is new this year, triggers a rule that gives drivers the option of wearing cooling vests in their cars. Before I wrap up with talks on the European scene this morning, quickly we'll make a stop in the world of basketball. Don't forget that come next week, the NBA season 2025-2026 is going to be tipping off. But then there's a bit of exchanges and players looking to switch sides before the start of that. And the latest of them is former NBA most valuable player Russell Westbrook, who has now signed with the Sacramento Kings as he enters his 18th season. The 36-year-old played 2024-2025 season with the Denver Nuggets, averaging 13.3 points, 6.1 assists, and 4.9 rebounds in 75 games. The 9th-time All-Star signed for the Kings after becoming a free agent in June, and once the Nuggets were eliminated in the Western Conference semifinals. Westbrook holds the NBA record for the most triple-doubles with 203 and led the NBA in scoring in 2015 and 2017. He joins the 7th team since being drafted in 2008 by the Seattle Supersonics. Has also played for the Houston Rockets, the Washington Wizards, the Los Angeles Lakers, and also the Los Angeles Clippers in his career. Away from that right now, quickly let's bring it back home and talk about football on the European scene. Taking a look at some of the matches that will be going down in the world of football this weekend. Some big stories to go through in the world of football. Let's make a stop in the United States, where we'll be talking about the FIFA World Cup. And it's been said that more than 1 million tickets have already been sold for next year's World Cup, according to FIFA, in its first update on numbers since the official start of sales began at the start of this month. The highest demand that would be expected were from buyers in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and the 3 nations that will play the host to the tournament. And FIFA said people from 212 different countries and territories have already purchased, even though only 28 of the 48 spots in the field have been filled. Rounding up the top 10 countries in terms of ticket purchase already includes England, Germany, Brazil, Spain, Colombia, Argentina, and France. In order, FIFA said the tournament runs from June 11 through July 19, 2026. Away from that, let's quickly take one more story from the world of the FIFA World Cup right there. And it's been said that FIFA are going to be allowing Donald Trump to either change some of the venues for the tournament because of some areas that have been declared unplayable right there in the United States. We're looking forward to see which area they are going to be replacing with some of the places that they feel they are not safe enough for people to play football in right there in the US. And away from that story right now, let's go through some of the fixtures and the matches that will be going down in the European scene later today. In the English Championship, Middlesbrough will be hosting Ipswich Town at about 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And in the Spanish La Liga, Real Oviedo will be hosting Espanyol. German Bundesliga, Union Berlin will be hosting Borussia Mönchengladbach later this evening. And right there in the French Ligue 1, Paris Saint-Germain will be up against Strasbourg to complete the matches for this match day. And tomorrow, Saturday, in the English Premier League, Nottingham Forest will be up against Chelsea. Brighton and Hove Albion will be at home to Newcastle United. Burnley will be at the Turf Moor when Leeds United will visit them. Crystal Palace will be at the Park when AFC Bournemouth will be visiting them. Manchester City will be hosting Everton. Sunderland will be hosting Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Fulham will be hosting Arsenal in a London derby right there. And away from the English Premier League matches in the Spanish La Liga for tomorrow, Spanish Liga, Sevilla will be up against Mallorca, Barcelona up against Girona, Villarreal up against Real Betis, Atletico Madrid will be hosting Osasuna, while in the German Bundesliga, NDM will be hosting Werder Bremen, FC Köln will be hosting Augsburg, Mainz 05 up against Bayer Leverkusen, RB Leipzig up against Hamburger SV, Wolfsburg will be hosting Stuttgart, while Bayern Munich will be up against Borussia Dortmund, and Italian Serie A, Leeds will be hosting Sassuolo, Pisa will be hosting Hellas Verona, Torino will be up against Napoli, while Roma will be up against Inter Milan. And in the French Ligue 1, for tomorrow Saturday, OGC Nice will be up against Olympique Lyonnais, Angers will be up against Monaco, while Marseille will be up against Le Havre right there. And come Sunday, a big game in the English Premier League, Liverpool will definitely be hosting Manchester United in what is going to be the game of the weekend, and Tottenham Hotspur will be up against Aston Villa right there in the English Premier Spanish Liga. Elche will be hosting Athletic Club, Celta Vigo will be up against Real Sociedad, Levante will be up against Rayo Vallecano, and Getafe will be up against Real Madrid, while in the German Bundesliga, Freiburg will be hosting Eintracht Frankfurt, and St. Pauli will be hosting Hoffenheim. Italian Serie A, Como will be hosting Juventus, Cagliari up against Bologna, Genoa up against Parma, Atlanta up against Lazio, and AC Milan will be hosting Fiorentina, while in the French Ligue 1 for Sunday, there's going to be games between Arsenal and Paris FC. Lorient will be hosting Brest, Rennes will be hosting Auxerre, Toulouse will be hosting Metz, and Nantes will be hosting Lille in the French League. On matches in the Nigerian Premier League for Sunday, Barra FC will be up against Kano Pillars, Bayelsa United will be up against Kon Khalifat, El Kanemi Warriors will be hosting Wicked Tourist, Ayimba will be hosting Warri Wolves, Ikorodu City up against Nasarawa United, Kwara United will be hosting Katsina United, Niger Tornadoes up against Plateau United, and the games between Remo Stars and Enugu Rangers have been moved, postponed due to Remo Stars' involvement in the continental competition. That's talking about the CAF Champions League. And Shooting Stars and Abia Warriors game has also been postponed. Other game that were postponed is going to be the game between Rivers United. The Rivers United game has also been moved to a later date because of their involvement right there in the continental competition. Don't forget that Rivers United are supposed to travel to Bendel Insurance for this match day, but the game is now being moved to a later date. Rivers United definitely will be aiming to do something and maybe get one over their counterparts on the continental stage, because it's going to be a big one for them, playing against the Black Bulls guys from Mozambique. The team yesterday departed after traveling from Port Harcourt to Lagos. Their contingents made up of their players and their coaches. Don't forget that the first leg is going to be played tomorrow, Saturday, 18th October, at the Campo de ABB Stadium in Maputo, while the return leg will be holding in Nigeria at the Gosla Akpabio Stadium right there in Uyo. The winner of the two-leg fixture will progress to the group stage of the CAF Champions League, where the Africa's best clubs will be competing for continental glory and also some huge financial rewards. Rivers United, currently being managed under Finidi George, know too well they have the task in their hand. And talking about continental football still, like I mentioned, Remo Stars also will have a big work on their hands when they also be hosting Mamelodi Sundowns. And Mamelodi Sundowns already promising that they will be looking to break their winless streak here in Nigeria. They will be looking to deal with the cost of being winless in their previous CAF Champions League campaigns against the historical background. Captain Ronwell Williams and his teammates will try to rewrite their narrative come Sunday. The challenging statistic has cast a shadow over the club because they have yet to claim a win right here on the Nigerian soil. Sundowns will be facing Nigerian Premier League champion Remo Stars in the second round preliminary first leg clash on Sunday at the 10,000-seater MK Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta, and the hosts have announced free entry for the game, ensuring a packed crowd to greet the South Africans in that particular game. And if they are able to do it, then they travel to South Africa to play against Mamelodi Sundowns, and hopefully they are able to make it through to the next round of the competition. Sporting a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, and it's how much I'll be serving on the show for today and also this week. Because don't forget, this show comes to your airing Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. I will be back here tomorrow between 2 to 3 p.m. on the Sport Hub show, where we'll be doing 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, and also all of the interviews. Ayodeji Ajiboye signing out this morning. I'll tell you to stay sporty, stay active, drink enough water to stay hydrated, go out there and be the best version of yourself. I do have for yourself a blessed and a highly favored weekend. Good morning.
High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
What's the strongest